Also this morning, we are learning new developments in the deadly ICE shooting in Houston's East End.
Yeah, first Lorenzo Salgado was not the intended target that day. In a statement from the Department of Homeland Security, they tell us they approached the van because an individual resembled their target.
DHS also telling us that the ICE agents involved in this operation were not wearing body cameras due to the back-to-back government shutdowns.
Meanwhile, the Harris County medical examiner ruled Salgado's death a homicide, saying he died from a gunshot wound to the torso.
As questions continue to grow in this, KHOU 11's Devon Robbing is live in the East End, where the community is remembering Salgado and demanding answers. Devon?
Well, community members and activists say that there's one detail in some newly released surveillance video that was just released last night that stands out as a bright light in this case, considering that you don't see any sort of lights flashing from the cars chasing the van and you don't hear any sirens. Take a look. Surveillance video shows Salgado's van traveling down Wayside Drive with two unmarked federal vehicles close behind him. LULAC president and civil rights attorney Domingo Garcia, who's representing the family, says the footage supports the Salgado's family claim that he was suddenly boxed in by agents.
Salgado, the father, sees two unmarked cars, cut him off, and then in mask and guns tell him to pull over. I mean, which Texan, which American would do that?
Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia says Salgado was not the intended target. She says ICE Director Tom Hooman told her the agency had an administrative warrant for someone else inside the vehicle. Now, the Department of Homeland Security told us they received a credible tip from law enforcement partners, conducted surveillance on the suspect's address, and had previously observed two white vans there. They said, quote, officers were almost at the target's address when they observed a white van with an individual who resembled the target. Officers then initiated the vehicle stop. Now, though it's not clear who ICE agents were surveilling, meanwhile, later this morning, there will be a press conference with Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia where we're expecting to learn more about some of these new details that we're learning over the course of the last 24 hours involving this case. For now, reporting live in the East End, Devon Robbing, KHOU 11 News.
Devon, so much to learn still. Thank you so much for that. We're also learning new details about the Harris County District Attorney's role in the case. DA Sean Tier says that while his office isn't leading the federal investigation, they are conducting their own review to determine whether any state laws were broken. Tier made the comments during a previously scheduled interview with Houston Public Media. He says because the shooting involved a federal agency, his office, Houston Police, and the Texas Rangers have not been invited to conduct a parallel investigation. However, Tier says that his office is still investigating because the shooting happened in Harris County.
If a state crime was committed, be it a murder, be it a manslaughter, be it tampering with evidence, we are going to investigate it. And if someone committed that crime, you don't get to hide behind a badge.
Tier also says that he still has questions about what happened, including where the three other people who were in the vehicle are and whether those potential eyewitnesses will be available to speak with his investigators. Meanwhile, Houston's police chief and Mayor John Whitmire say their hands are tied. Chief Noe Diaz says his department can't launch an investigation because the incident involved federal officers during a federal operation, so Houston police do not have jurisdiction. And a reminder, you can follow our coverage of this story as it develops using the KHOU 11 app that's streaming free on your phone or TV.